Marvel's universe isn't just superheroes punching robots. Above all of that sits a whole pantheon of cosmic beings so powerful they treat galaxies like furniture. Today, we're walking through every major cosmic entity, roughly from the strongest reality-shaping gods down to the ones you might actually recognize from the movies. Let's start right at the very top, with the being nobody outranks. This is the top of the entire pyramid, the supreme being of the Marvel multiverse, and yes, that includes every other entity on this list. He's essentially Marvel's version of God, sometimes even hinted to be Jack Kirby or Stan Lee themselves, the actual creators. He's benevolent, all-knowing, and rarely shows up directly because when you're literally everything, you don't need to make an entrance. Serving directly beneath the one above all, the Living Tribunal is the cosmic judge who keeps balance across the entire multiverse. He's got three faces: equity, vengeance, and necessity. And his rulings are absolute law that not even Galactus can appeal. When the tribunal shows up, it means the fate of whole realities is on the table. Eternity is the living embodiment of time in the entire universe made conscious. Basically, if you could shake hands with all of space and existence, this is who you'd meet. He appears as a starry cosmic figure, and pretty much every living thing is a cell within his being. He usually only intervenes when the very concept of existence is threatened. Infinity is eternity's female counterpart, embodying the endless expanse of space itself. Together they represent the totality of the physical multiverse, and she often stands opposite death as one of the great cosmic siblings. She's abstract, immense, and mostly indifferent to the tiny dramas of mortals. Mistress Death is the personification of the end of all things, and she's the entity Thanos was famously obsessed with. The whole snap was basically him trying to win her affection. She's one of the oldest abstract beings balancing out eternity, and she rarely speaks, often communicating in silence. Every soul eventually meets her, no exceptions. If death is the end of life, Oblivion is the end of everything. Non-existence itself, the void that swallows all. He's eternity's dark opposite and one of the most nihilistic beings in Marvel, occasionally trying to erase reality just because. Think of him as the ultimate off switch for the entire cosmos. These two are cosmic twins representing the fundamental forces of order and disorder that shape reality. They're constantly balancing each other, and their conflict literally keeps the universe from tipping into total structure or total anarchy. In recent stories, they even merged into a terrifying new entity called Logos, which caused all kinds of trouble. Born from the union of order and chaos, the in-betweener embodies all the dualities in between: life and death, good and evil, dream and reality. His face is literally split down the middle to show it. He acts as a cosmic agent maintaining equilibrium, and he's clashed with everyone from Adam Warlock to the Silver Surfer. The Phoenix is the cosmic embodiment of creation and destruction, the fiery force of life itself burning across the universe. It's most famous for bonding with Jean Grey and turning her into the dark phoenix capable of consuming entire stars. It dies and is reborn endlessly, which is exactly why it's shaped like a giant flaming bird. Now we're getting to a name you probably know: Galactus, the devourer of worlds who survives by consuming entire planets. He's not evil so much as a fundamental force of nature, a balance to existence itself, and he was actually the sole survivor of the universe before ours. He employs heralds like the Silver Surfer to find him his next meal. The Celestials are the giant armored space gods who show up in Eternals, cosmic engineers who experiment on entire species and can birth new life across the galaxy. They're incredibly ancient, largely silent, and their judgment can wipe out or elevate whole civilizations. Even Galactus tends to steer clear of a full gathering of them. The Watchers are an ancient race sworn to observe the entire multiverse without ever interfering. A vow the most famous one, Uatu, breaks constantly. In the MCU, the Watcher narrates the What If series and eventually steps in himself. They know everything that happens across countless realities, which makes them both incredibly wise and incredibly frustrating. The Stranger is one of Marvel's most mysterious cosmic wanderers, Nobody's entirely sure what he even is, which is kind of the point. He roams the universe collecting specimens and running bizarre experiments, wielding power on par with the biggest players. His origins have been retconned so many times that even the writers seem to keep him deliberately vague. The Beyonder came from beyond the multiverse itself, a being of near infinite power who kidnapped Earth's heroes and villains for the original Secret Wars. At his peak, he could reshape reality on a whim, granting wishes and erasing worlds out of pure curiosity. He was basically a godchild learning what it means to exist, and that made him wildly unpredictable. The Elders are among the oldest living beings in the cosmos, each obsessively devoted to a single pursuit for billions of years. That group includes the Grandmaster from Thor Ragnarok and the Collector from Guardians of the Galaxy. Their extreme mastery grants them near immortality, and a few have even challenged Galactus and won. Kronos is a Titanian eternal who ascended into a being of pure cosmic energy after a catastrophic experiment. He became a master of time itself and is a key ancestor in Thanos' family tree, making him one of the more personal cosmic entities. From his energy realm, he quietly influences events across the universe. So which of these cosmic giants blew your mind the most? The author of reality himself, or the guy who just eats planets for breakfast? Drop your pick in the comments, and if you enjoyed this, smash that like button and subscribe for more Marvel